Hello, everyone. This is Ali Belbashir, immigration consultant at the International Office at the University of Ottawa. I will do a presentation today how to make an access to information and privacy request. So it's called an ATIP request. You do this when you need to have information about your file, about yourself, any information that the Ministry of Immigration has on you. This is very useful when you have a refusal. For example, you would like to have more information on the reasons of the refusal. The officer's note will basically be included in this report. It is also useful if you simply want to consult and see what information the ministry has on you. So what I will do today is I will just go step by step how to do this application, access to information and privacy request. So the first thing we do is like we go to a search page and we will type IRCC ATIP request. Make sure when you select the link, it is a federal government link, so it should end with gc.ca. So this is the main page. It is the page that the government of Canada has about access to information. Before we go further, this is a general page, so it will apply to different departments. So read through this. It will explain to you what you're doing, what is the ATIP request, and what you will get. Then you click next. You will have to read also a privacy notice, who can do this and what are the requirement to do it. Once you have read it and agree with this, you check here, click continue. Now we have to identify the department, and the department is Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada, IRCC. So this is the Ministry of Immigration in Canada. This is where the information is about your visa application or about your work permit application. So that's where you want to direct this request. You agree to the terms. Now you have to determine what type of person you are. Are you a Canadian citizen? Are you a PR, permanent resident of Canada? Are you an individual who is currently in Canada? Are you a corporation currently in Canada? Or none of the above? You have to be one of the three. So if you are not physically in Canada and you are not a Canadian citizen and permanent resident, you cannot do this application. It will be refused. You need the help of one of these three persons. So either a Canadian citizen can apply for you, a permanent resident of Canada can also apply for you, or an individual who is physically in Canada, or yourself if you are in Canada. So let's assume that you are in Canada and you have a postgrad work permit application that has been refused and you would like to know more about that. So you are physically in Canada, in Ottawa right now, and you want that detail about the refusal of that application. So we'll say individual in Canada. So we just type the names. And it's all fake names here. Like I'm just putting this as an example. If this is done by a business, so this is where the business name will go. But in this case, you are an individual. Then we enter the city, province, country, postal code. And you enter it the way it's mentioned here. Phone number. So in this format, fax, not needed. What is very, very important is the email address. Then you re-enter the email. So double check that you have the correct email. This is where you want the information to be sent. So to answer this question, are you requesting the information on your own behalf? Yes, you're doing it for yourself. If this is done by somebody else for you because you're not in Canada, then they should say no, and you should also sign a consent form for them. So select the category that best describes you. I just decline. I don't answer this question, and it doesn't affect, it does not affect the process. How would you prefer to receive the request? By email. So this is the quickest way you want to receive this, just email. Now, before going further, every time you do, you fill a page here, make sure you take a screenshot. So you print this page and you keep a copy of it as a PDF. So you want to keep a proof that you have submitted an application. Then we continue. So we save the first page. So now we go through the information here. You have to select a choice, which is Access to Information Act. What type of record you want? And you want immigration and citizenship records. So this is now the information about the person who is concerned, like who are you looking, like what information about which person are you looking for? So this is, if this is your file, of course, you enter your name here. So you enter your date of birth. UCI, so this is your ID number with Immigration Canada. Usually it starts with 11, then 4-digit, and then another 4-digit. What type of record you want information about? So we're assuming this is a postgrad work permit or a study permit. So all of this fall under the temporary residence. What information do you look for? Like you have a choice here. It's either status update, reason for the refusal, so which is the officer's note. So that's really mostly what you want to have. If you really want a scan of the application and all the paperwork, correspondence sent back and forth, then you can select the second part. But here, for most of, I'll say 99% of the case, you want really the officer note. So which is a printout of the software they use, the GCMS, and you will have the information that the officer entered in regards to your application, and most likely the refusal notes. File number, so each application has a file number. So for a work permit, it starts with a W, and then there's a series of numbers, and that's what you want to enter. And then here, basically, some information from you. You can say, I request all information about myself that is in IRCC possession about work permit application W1234568 9. For example, I request the officer's notes. And then again, we print this page. as a PDF. This is going to be page 2. Save, and then we continue. Now here we are at section you have to prove who you are. So it is very, very useful to upload. What I suggest is you upload here a copy of your passport. So that will show your identity. And also I suggest you upload a copy of the submission confirmation letter for the application itself that you're asking for. So it will show your work permit application or study permit application if that was a study permit. So something official from IRCC that shows that you had a file with them. But definitely I will, this is my practice, I will show my identity, so a copy of your passport. And that also will allow them to find the file, identify clearly like your name if your file is misplaced somewhere else. So you do that, and then you continue. So now you have a summary of the request. If you have to modify something, it's the place to do it here. You click on modify. This is a summary, again, you know, about the act, why you're requesting this, any attached document. Check here, validate that you're not a robot. And that's what I'm trying to do here. So I think I'm successful. I can consider myself not a robot here. So I continue and I certify that all the information is truthful. Again, before moving ahead, print. Save this, page 3 of the application. And then continue. Now you come to a payment page. So basically, you have to agree to pay $5. This is the cost of the application. So you need to have a credit card so you can do the payment. We print this page again before proceeding. And then you enter your payment information. So once this is entered, you check out. You will receive by email a confirmation that you receive by email a confirmation that the application has been processed. Technically, I would say by law you should receive this this documentation like at a maximum of 4 weeks, a month. However, if they need more time, they can request an extension and they can get an extension. So they will let you know that the application will take more time and it might take an additional period of time, maybe another month or 2. So once you send this application, I will say if you don't receive anything within a month, send a follow-up request and you will have proof that you have submitted an application. So this is basically how you do an access to information request, and I hope this was useful for you. Have a good day.